Hi, this is Ryan Brown from mockquestions.com. In this video, we'll discuss 5 graphic design interview questions from our website. We'll go over each question and some advice on how to answer them, along with an answer example. Afterwards, if you found this video helpful, please like and share. That would mean a lot to us. Okay, let's get started. Question number 1. What do you think makes a good designer? Here's how you answer. This question is an indirect way of asking about your approach to design. The interviewer can compare your perspective with their own and determine your fit for their agency or company. Focus your answer on the behavioral traits of a designer rather than your skill set. Good design isn't about being an expert in Adobe Illustrator. It's about creating a design that fulfills the goal of a project. Be sure to research the agency and/or company. Understanding the kind of work they create will give you insight into what they consider good design. Here's our answer example. A good designer asks questions and focuses on the goals of the design. Design should be purposeful and thoughtful. A strong skill set and creative ideas are important, but the job is ultimately about creating a design that takes into account everything laid out in the creative brief. Question number 2. Tell me something you struggle with as a designer. How do you work to overcome it? Here's how you answer. The interviewer asks this question to get a sense of your self-awareness and your ability to self-correct. The interviewer is looking for someone who understands their shortcomings and has developed tactics to overcome them. This is an alternative form of the classic strengths and weaknesses question. Answer authentically, speak about something you struggle with, and explain how you've worked to improve in that area. Here's our answer example. I tend to jump into execution instead of taking the time to fully understand what a client needs or what they want to accomplish. This is why I believe using a creative brief is so important. It enables me to slow down and make sure I'm considering all facets of a project before I jump straight into design execution. Question number 3. Tell me about a time you solved a conflict with a coworker. Here's how you answer. The interviewer wants to understand your approach to resolving conflict. The ability to solve problems is ultimately a leadership quality. Focus your answer on a real conflict that you experienced and ultimately resolved. Explain what happened, what you did to resolve the conflict, and the outcome of the situation. How you resolve conflict demonstrates your professionalism and emotional intelligence. You want to leave the interviewer with confidence in your ability to solve problems. Here's our answer example. I recently worked on a team to build a PowerPoint deck for our client to use at an industry conference. I partnered with another graphic designer and a copywriter to build the deck. My role was to create icons that the other designer leveraged to design each slide. Frequently, we would finish building a slide only to learn that there were changes from the copywriter that resulted in us having to redesign it. The designer and the copywriter were both getting very frustrated with each other. I suggested that we change our process so that we would receive the final content from the copywriter instead of the draft, so we wouldn't have to redesign as often. We shifted the workflow, and it saved us so much time. I learned a lot from this conflict. Now, when I start a new project, I ask a lot of questions to determine the best workflow. Question number 4. How do you approach client revisions to your work? Here's how you answer. The interviewer asks this question to learn how open you are to feedback. How you respond to feedback speaks to your professionalism and ability to navigate the client relationship. Your answer should show that you value feedback and client input. This is an opportunity to showcase your professionalism as a designer. Here's our answer example. I am open to feedback and want to make sure I'm delivering what my client needs. At the beginning of my career, I took client revisions personally, but over time, I've grown to understand the importance of feedback. The reality is that design is an iterative process. It should evolve over the course of revisions into a stronger design. Question number 5. Tell me about a time you went above and beyond for a client. Here's how you answer. The interviewer is looking for someone who understands the importance of client relationships. Going above and beyond for a client indicates that you are willing to work hard to make a client happy. You want the interviewer to understand that you will work hard by not only doing the work, but doing more than a client expected. In your answer, Focus on the situation, the expectation of what needed to be done, your actions, and the outcome. If possible, tie it back to how it impacted the business and the bottom line. Here's our answer example. I think it is important to go above and beyond for clients when possible. Recently, I created a brochure for a new client. The client needed the file delivered to their printer by noon that Friday, so it could be printed and shipped on time. I uploaded the file to the printer's FTP site early that morning and sent them an email asking them to let me know when they got the file. When I hadn't heard anything by 11 a.m., I called the printer and found out their server was down. I got in the car and personally drove it down to the printer because I knew it would damage my client's reputation if the brochures weren't delivered on time. The client was incredibly appreciative of my efforts, and we've been working together ever since. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, it'd be greatly appreciated if you could subscribe to our channel. It really does help motivate us to continue creating videos. Thanks again, and we hope you stick around to watch more interview practice videos from Mock Questions.